Hey folks, welcome back to the shop. As you might be able to hear, or not, it's raining. It has been raining for 36 hours, maybe 48 hours, I don't know. There's a hurricane that's probably already hit Florida, and if you're in Florida, please know I'm praying for you. But it's supposed to hit the Carolinas this evening sometime. This is Thursday the 26th, and while we're not going to get anything close to what Florida has gotten, there's expected flooding and high winds and loss of power. So I'm telling you all that so I can tell you this. I need to sneak a project in. This is one that I've been wanting to build for a while. Just needed to get final confirmation on sizes and stuff from the wifey poo. I went ahead and milled down just a rough piece of oak. Got that milled down. And that's really all I'm going to need for this project besides what's behind you. You can't turn around and look. I'll show it whenever it's time. It's all good. What I'm making is a jigsaw puzzle board. And everyone's going, what? Yeah, I know. I did too. What this is it's a platform that you build your puzzle on. And then if you need to move it, you just pick up the platform and put it someplace else. Except I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to make a lid for mine so that you could actually stand it up and the puzzle doesn't come apart. We'll get to that later. And of course, my wife wants the biggest, baddest puzzle board known to man. So this thing's going to be a monster. But first, I got to get these cut down, this cut down into 1-inch strips. And I'll explain as I'm going along. Where's here? Oh, I got to set up dust collection and stuff. So there's actually an easy way, and I won't say a difficult way, but a different way to make this. I am going to use the different way. So what I need to do is cut a slot, groove, dado right there. And that's what my MDF is going to slide into. I'm using 1/8-inch MDF. Okay, that's going to be the top where the puzzle gets built on. And the reason I said there's two different ways to do this, you could simply lay it on top of this and doop, 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 and away you go. I'm going to have mine slide in kind of like a drawer bottom, just because let's make it difficult. So I have this set up. I want there to be a 1/4-inch lip above the MDF so that the puzzle is going to rest against that. I could probably get away with a little bit shorter, but that's okay. And then below that is going to be a drawer. We're going to talk about that later. But I need to do that to my 2 longer pieces. Okay, so that's what I'm into now. Sure. Okay, so the next thing I have to do is get these cut down to length, which is 24 inches, I think. Don't mind me, well, table saw maintenance there. Had a little rust developing. I need to nip that right in the bud. Anyway, 24 inches is what I need the length of these to be. And I'm going to start by cutting one end straight and flush and whatever you want to call it. So a common mistake that I make, and I'll just point it out and just as a reminder to you, is when I mark my length, I always have to make sure that my blade is to the right side of that length, or otherwise you're going to be an 1/8 inch short. Keep that in mind. All right. I believe I'm going to do a flippity floppity with you, and we'll go ahead and start putting this together. Okay, some things I didn't take into consideration because I didn't look at my drawing. What good's having plans if you ain't going to follow them? Anyway, here's the dealio. So if you're building this at home, good luck. There has to be cross pieces, okay? That's going to keep the center of the board from sagging. The thing is now that board is going to be lower than what it was before. So what I've done is I've cut a board down, piece of oak, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I cut it down so it is the height of the bottom of the groove. And I did that with 2 pieces. One will be the same length, even though it's not. Houston, I might have a problem. Did I cut these at 24? It's going to be one of those kind of days. Okay. So, can I adjust on the fly? That's the question I'm asking right now. These could be the sides. These could go this way. I don't like it. Ladies and gentlemen, I might have to start from scratch. Okay, so full disclosure, I messed up. Yeah, no doubt about it. Definitely messed up. My fault. I drew the plans and I didn't read them. I've been working on my half lap game. It fits. I know. Something so simple. It's exciting to me because I sucked at it for so long. Now we can move on. So I don't always think things through. I don't have a problem. Everything's good. But there is a glue up involved, and that's going to push me back a little bit. I have to glue this cross piece together. But to give you sort of an idea, if I had any room at all, okay, this is going to be like this. Just put that anywhere. That'll be fine. That's going to be like that. And then your board's going to sit in there. And then I'm going to make some drawers to go in each of these compartments, which will then hold puzzle pieces. Anyway, I got to get that glued up. I'm telling you, the half lap game is strong. All right, a couple little extra cranks there just to make sure that that's all happy. We'll set this somewhere. Okay, 2 weeks later. Remember that time when I said I'll finish it tomorrow? You guys have seen my updates and things like that. Yeah, it got crazy quick. I did not take a whole lot of video of the destruction. You guys probably have seen more of it than I have. I will put a little 30-second clip in of what it looked like at our house the morning of, and I'll go ahead and put that in right here. Hey folks, I put the project on hold. The shop's looking good in the midst of the hurricane. The cars, on the other hand, not so much. But God is good and we are safe. And I guess I'll pick the project up whenever all of this passes. So yeah, had a tree come down, crushed 2 vehicles in the driveway. But out of that, my wife said, you know, I don't need to replace that car. You should get a truck. I did. I went out and got me a truck. Mike, I went out and got me a Ford. It's got a blue oval on the front of it. You need to help me out here. What am I supposed to do with that thing? Anyway, it's a nice truck. It's a Ford Ranger with a turbo boosted something, or I don't know. It's a nice truck. I'm happy to have it. Gets great gas mileage. Anyway, but here I am in the midst of this thing. I need to get this finished. So let's get on to that. I'm going to cut this particular piece of MDF down to size, and that's what's going to fit in the rails that I put slots in. It's been 2 weeks. I'm trying to remember where I'm at here. So, or even how to turn my saw on. So I was going to wait for the compressor to stop, but it's still going. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take my crisscross piece that I made, half lap joint, and we cut it an 1/8 inch shorter so that it's going to hold up the MDF board underneath. And I'm not going to do anything fancy here. I'm just going to shoot nails through it, connect it together. It's a puzzle board. It's not fine furniture. So at this point, just connectivity is what we're looking for here. So it's angry at me. I'm just going to shoot one in and see what happens. There we go. All I did, mine is 30 inches. All I did was measure 15. Measure the width of this board, which was 7/8. Half of that is 7/16. Line those two up. I did put a square in there because it needs to be square. Do that on both sides. And we're ready to slide the board in. And then I have to make drawers. You know how I feel about that. Let me get the other side put together. We'll move on from there. If you've done this right, the board will just slide right in. My problem is my cross piece right here is a smidgen high, and it's binding it up. So what I'm going to do is take the old sander and just take that out. Hopefully, maybe not. I heard someone once say that woodworking is a matter of fixing your mistakes. I should be good at it by now. Yeah, that's where it's binding up right there. If I can just get that past there. There we go. So I'm just going to sand that down, make sure it's not above my dado slot groove. Someone tell me what that is. I can't ever remember. Anyway, and it should go right into place. I do have to be careful because all I did was nail this. It's not glued. It's not nothing. It's not fancy joinery. And that's okay, because once this is in, I'll show you how we're going to strengthen that up. Let me get this sanded down so I can slide this in with ease, and then we'll go from there. I don't know where my clicker's at. Sorry, it went right together really well after I did that. The trick here is to make sure you're 100% lined up. Check it for semi-square, because that's the best I can do in this shop. I like it. I like it again. And I'm going to pin nail this into place. That's right, I said it. I'm going to pin nail it. You got a better suggestion? It's MDF. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do. It means I have to switch guns. I need a new compressor hose. This thing's leaking like a screen door on a submarine, is what it's doing. So the drawers, the body of the drawers, whatever you want to call them, not drawer face, drawer, the rest of it. You know what I'm talking about. I don't even know what I'm trying to explain this to you. You guys are all better at this than me. Anyway, what I'm trying to tell you is there's no need for that to be made out of oak or some kind of wood like that. I'm going to make mine out of a scrap 2x4 I got laying around. My drawers are going to be, I think they're 1 inch. I'm going to measure it first, but it's just a basic drawer. I'm going to start by squaring up this 2x4 and then cutting my widths to where I need them. Okay, went ahead and laid out my MDF, got my measurements, triple checked them, and then did it the dummy way and just lined all my pieces up because I don't want to screw this up. So now, drawer sides and backs. I don't know about my backs yet. Haven't gotten there yet. I may have to cut another 2x4, but I'm going to go ahead and run this through and at least get 1 or 2 of these done, just to keep the project going. After the drawers, I'm pretty much done because I don't think I'm going to do a finish on this. I'm going to round over the edges and stuff like that, just so, you know, when I'm putting that final piece of the puzzle in, I ain't hurting myself. Other than that, there's not a whole lot that needs to be done to this. So I'm going to go ahead and get this cut, get these drawers done, call this thing done, and move on. So that's the thing. Okay, got all my MDF cut, got all my pieces cut, and this is just, it's a basic drawer. Don't have to be fancy. This is just going to be butt jointed on the ends. I'm going to run a pin nail in it with a little bit of glue. The glue ain't going to do nothing except make me feel better. Sometimes you need that. The front is just going to butt to it, hold that all in place. Shooting nails through this is going to be interesting, but we're going to try. Okay, that's all we can do. Probably split it, have to start from scratch. But I'll bring you in and let you know how it goes when all is said and done. Oh, I got to turn the air compressor on. Okay, folks, sorry, no glory shots here with this thing being in use. But it is finished, and it's finished at 6 o'clock on the evening that this video is being posted. It's not perfect. It didn't come out perfect. I rushed it for one thing, and then there was this crazy hurricane that kept me out of here for 2 weeks. But the concept is solid. The concept is solid that your puzzle fits up here. It can rest up against these lips. The drawers come out. The drawers didn't come out the way I wanted them to. They're a smidgen long, and it's not allowing that to go over like I wanted it to, but that's okay. I can fix that. But all your pieces go in here, and you build your puzzle up here, and I still have to cut the piece to go over top of it, but that's fine. I can do that. But that's it. It's a jigsaw puzzle board. Everybody wants to know, can you sell these things? Well, they're online. I've seen them online. They range from $20 to $45, $50, but depending on the size. This one's probably on the bigger side, I would think, when it comes to jigsaw puzzles. I could be wrong, but there you go. Sorry about the 2 weeks of hurricane updates and things like that, but we're still reeling from that. We're still trying to get through that, but I do appreciate all the prayers, guys. I really, really do. And thanks for watching. God bless you, and I'll see you on the next one.